Hey YouTube, it's me, Random Ross. So, today we are going to be doing another top 10 countdown. So, this one is my top 10 horror movies to watch on Halloween. So let's get going. At number 10, it is Alien, directed by Ridley Scott, starring Sigourney Weaver, John Hurt, and some other people. What happens is they get trapped on a spaceship with an alien known as the Xenomorph lurking around every corner after one of the crew members gets a parasite, a face hugger, on their face. Next at number 9, it is John Carpenter's The Thing, the 1982 film which is a remake of The Thing from Another World. Starring Kurt Russell and directed by John Carpenter, this body horror classic will leave you thinking who's who as the Thing takes the shape of other people. Next at number 8, it is The Woman in Black, 2010, starring Daniel Radcliffe, a remake of the Hammer horror classic. Daniel Radcliffe, an estate agent, wants to try and sell this manor where and hopefully make a good start for him and his little boy. But there is an evil presence at work. The Woman in Black. It's not that scary, but it gives you the jump factor. At number 7, it is Saw. In 2004, the original film where it focuses on a doctor and some other guy, wondering why they're here and what's happening, and realise that they're in a deadly game of life choice decisions to see who values life the most. It has a good twist ending, and the first one was the start of a long franchise, but still it is a good film. Next, at number 6, it is... just hit something there. Number 6 is Night of the Living Dead, 1968. Written and directed by, at the time, newcomer George A. Romero, who practically invented the modern day zombie as it is now. Low budget, but good. Black and white, still good, when some people take refuge in a house in the middle of the country whilst the dead gather and surround them. Number 5. We're down to our number 5 now. These ones I'm going to put into one, they are Dracula, Frankenstein and the Wolfman. Reason why I put these into one number is because, they're just, they're the universal monsters. And usually when I watch them, it just don't feel complete until I've watched at least, Dracula, Frankenstein and the Wolfman in that order. Dracula stars Bela Lugosi, based on the book by Bram Stoker. Frankenstein stars Boris Karloff, based on the book by Mary Shelley, and The Wolfman, which was made a decade later in 1942. First two films 1931, but The Wolfman 1942, starring Lon Chaney Jr. Great films, and I would recommend those any day. So, number 4 we have Friday the 13th. First seen as a revenge thriller with a young Kevin Bacon, also starring Betsy Palmer, the late Betsy Palmer, God rest her soul. A mysterious killer is picking off camp counselors one by one as they get ready to reopen Camp Crystal Lake. But in the 40s, a young boy drowned, Jason Voorhees, and his mother, Pamela Voorhees, goes out on revenge killings every time the camp tries to be reopened. Of course, the sequels get better as her son Jason takes on the lead role as the killer. Jason was only seen in 2 sequences, the flashback and the dream sequence at the end. Still, it's a classic slasher film, and yes, you'll love it. I love it. As the sequels, I love Friday the 13th, as a lot of people will know. Number 3, Scream. Now, you've heard this before. Yes, I lost my virginity to this film because it was the first ever real horror film I watched. Directed by Wes Craven, It is a wacky, fun ride of slashers, of a slasher film taking the piss out of itself, really, with slashers. In the small town of Woodsboro, there is a mass murderer known as Ghostface, killing off teens one by tormenting them with horror trivia questions for their survival. So, and that was followed by 3 sequels and also inspired a TV series. Okay, so next at number 2, it is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Written and directed again by the late Wes Craven. Wes Craven didn't write Scream, he directed it. The late Wes Craven, again, God rest his soul. Some teenagers dream of a mysterious dream man who's burnt all over, wears a ragged up striped jumper, and has a bladed glove where he kills his victims in their dreams. You die in your dreams, you die for real. Okay, so before I give out my number 1 choice, I want to just give out some honourable mentions. They are Trick or Treat, Cherry Falls Clown, It, Sleepaway Camp, also Monsters, Dawn of the Dead, the Evil Dead trilogy. There's just so many horror films out there because it's a big genre of films. The Conjuring, Insidious, Paranormal Activity. Yeah, there's just so many out there. I'm literally thinking them off my head now. Sinister, Wreck, Shaun of the Dead, Zombie, anything that's got monsters in, zombies or werewolves, killers, vampires, ghosts, demons, anything of the kind. Just watch them. So, my number 1 choice is Halloween. Written and directed by John Carpenter. It's a slasher classic starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance. Everyone should know the story to Halloween now. 15 years ago, 1963, Michael Myers kills his sister, comes back 15 years later to kill teens. He wears a white William Shatner mask that's painted white, sideburns ripped off, eye holes cut bigger, blah blah blah. You just know the whole plot to that. So that has been my top 10 horror movies to watch on Halloween. So, I hope if you're planning a night in of binge watching horror films, well, I suggest you could watch any of these that I mentioned. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to share, please feel free to share. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favourites are. And yeah, I'm also on social media, so there are links to them in the description below. My Facebook page, please like me on Facebook. Also, follow me on Twitter to see what I get up to when I'm not on YouTube and to stay updated. I usually put stuff up on there basically virtually every day. So yeah. Also, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you after this one. So, till next time, goodbye friends.